Hello, and welcome to the Great Game Debate podcast, where friends come together to talk about video games and our lives. As always, I'm your host, Caden Bertha Lane, and of course, joining me is the godfather of the debate himself, Jonah Gomez. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. We had a Nintendo Direct since the last recording, and we got some more of that sweet, sweet Tears of the Kingdom. I'm ready. I'm really hoping that I'm really hoping that that voice was Matt Mercer. Matt Mercer as Ganon. That'd be so sick, bro.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
that's the rumor.
I thought they revealed a Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like a collab that they're working with Rare for
crossover.
So if you look in like really fine text underneath Tears of the Kingdom, it actually says nuts and bolts too, which most people look at that and they're like, oh come on, nuts and bolts. I am 1,000% more hyped for the game because I still think Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts is the best Banjo-Kazooie game.
Ouch, we have a debate on that one. Noted Nuts and Bolts hater and lover of Banjo-Kazooie, Steven Beaumont. How you doing, buddy?
Metroid Prime Remastered.
Let's go.
60 frames, baby!
That was 10 glorious hours.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Yep. I'm glad to see Nintendo is finally respecting and understanding the value of the Metroid franchise. But
honestly, when they popped that up, though, I was like, not 2 and 3?
Right.
I was just like,
yeah, they're too busy making 4. They're too busy making 4.
I guess.
Well, I mean, Nintendo notoriously just doesn't have a huge, crazy backlog, right? So they got to like really be careful with the games.
Yeah.
Right. Like if 5 more years,
pickings.
Drip it out.
But they do have 3 versions of Mario 3 on the
That's true. Yeah. Well, before we get too farther in, this episode is kind of special because it is the first episode where our debate brother Mateo from over on the One Up podcast will be officially joining us as a permanent co-host. Yay! Congratulations, applause. How you doing, Mateo?
I'm doing good, man. I've got a 3-day weekend, and I have done 0 gaming so far because I've been so busy with other projects. But I'm planning to fix that tonight.
Adulting. What you got what you got in the chamber for tonight?
You know, I'm not sure. I'm gonna see what people are up to, and that's gonna decide my where my gaming focus goes. I am such like a multiplayer gaming kind of person.
Yeah, social gamer. Love it. All right, and our special guest this week is Mateo's brother from another mother, DJ Doughy Fresh, also of the One Up podcast. How you doing, my man?
What's up?
All right, well, pretty good. I hope you all stop by a dojo to train with Ken on your way in, because it's time for the icebreaker. That roundhouse kick.
Pretty close, dude.
Yeah. Our icebreaker this week comes in from Discord community member Ardent Idler. The question is, what game really needs a remake? Personally, I think it is Mutant League Football. Any of you familiar with Mutant League Football? I've not played that
Football
one.
was great.
Okay.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, I think it's an old like Nintendo or Genesis era like game.
Whoa. All right. I got to check that one out. If it's that old, it probably does need a remake. I probably would have said Metroid Prime trilogy before the last week, but dreams come true. What are you thinking, Steven?
Man, it's so hard to not think of like something from like the 64 or PS1 era.
Yeah.
But like, there's always so much danger. It's like, everyone can say Ocarina of Time, but like, will they do it justice, or like, what are they going to do with it? So I'm actually thinking along those lines of like, it doesn't have to be a remake. It could just be bring it back. Like, I want EA to bring back those Street titles, but like as like cheaper versions, because obviously people aren't going to go out in droves and pay like 60 US or 70 US or whatever for like a NBA Street or a FIFA Street game or something like that. But like, I think like if it was like a little bit cheaper, it could really pop like it, because just like arcade games are just so fun. Like arcade, football or basketball games are just dope.
Yeah, hell yeah,
absolutely.
Underserved Metric. They need to hit us with that $40 Metroid Prime remaster style. You know what I mean? I was fully assuming and was going to be willing to pay $60 for that. So I guess I still lost money on that one. Doe, you got anything coming to mind for this one?
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Oh,
I knew it.
Parasite Eve.
Yeah, I need that Parasite Eve remake. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see what they can do with today's technology with that rat. That rat scene always scared me. The blood's coming out of his eyes.
Yeah, disturbing game. Yeah, body horror.
Like, all I can say is respect to the band Bring Me the Horizon, because they keep on putting like PS1 games into the titles of their songs, and like I was literally listening to their song Parasite today. Like they're showing up. Like they've got a game, a song called Shadow Moses. Like they're out here.
That's rad.
Shadow Moses.
Yeah, I think at this point, with like even Legend of Dragoon coming to like the PS Plus thing, I think there's hope for all games at this point. So you never know. Mateo, you got anything you're thinking of?
I was gonna go with Vagrant Story. But Doughy chose Parasite Eve, and Vagrant Story has a really similar combat system to Parasite, so we're not gonna go with Vagrant Story.
Okay,
let's go with Chrono Trigger though. I want that 2.5 like HD style like Octopath Traveler.
Okay, I love this. That game would just. I love this so much that you said that, because this is like you're stepping into Wes's shoes and you're answering the same exact way he would, and I'm 100% there for it.
The torch has been passed.
The torch has successfully been passed to Mateo. Wes, you can rest in peace.
He would have said Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. Now, my only concern is like the sparkle slider. How was it on? I'm asking Caden. How was it on Live Alive? Did they the shimmer, like the reflections on the water and everything? Did they dial that down a bit from Octopath? Because that was
it did not seem as egregious. Yeah, it didn't stick out.
That's the only thing. I think it looks. It's so phenomenal how good those games look. But just the shimmer, it was a bit much.
And wasn't it Triangle Strategy where they added like 360 view to the whole thing? Like,
I think
rotate
so.
the map in HD 2D is insane.
And the few times that you got to actually do the combat in that game.
Between 40 hours of story.
40 hours of story, 10 minutes of gameplay.
What is this, Metal Gear Solid 4?
We need to do this question in the future, but what game needs a demake? You guys ever seen those like Game Boy demake of Elden Ring stuff that people are doing, stuff like that?
Bloodborne PSX.
Yeah. That'd be rad.
That was rad. Jonah, you got anything comes to mind for?
So I've got two, and the first one is the best Mario Kart ever made needs a remake, or it just needs to be Mario Kart 9, which is Double Dash. Double Dash is hands down.
You cannot jump. It sucks.
What?
And that's the point of the remake. You add functionality.
Because there's two people in the cart. You can't jump. You can only drift. You can't jump and then drift. I hate it so much.
How would two people possibly be able to jump at the same time?
Coordinate yourselves.
It's a Mario game. The laws of physics don't apply.
It is the best Mario Kart, hands down. I love Double Dash, but my second game and my true answer, not just trying to troll Steven, is we need a proper third-person remake of Resident Evil. OG Resident Evil.
Yes.
They need to remake it in the way that they've done 2, 3, and 4. Put it in the RE engine.
I'm sorry, all you stinkers out there
I
that are like...
respect that, but the camera angles are something special, though.
See, when you say I respect that, but it takes that respect and just
I don't respect anything you actually say. So I can't.
It's irritating when you keep walking back and forth between the camera cut.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
You about to say something, Doughy?
There's some magic there with the camera cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say is that I still love Resident Evil 2 PlayStation 1 more than Resident Evil 2 Remake. I just changed too much for me. And I don't know, RE2 original still has like a special place.
Doughy, you meant to say there was magic there. No longer there, my friend. It doesn't hold up.
All right, I guess we need to have
has the debate already started or something? What's going on?
Yeah,
we're shifting it, dude.
Sorry, I'm feeling extra spicy today.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Can they give us a remake of Last of Us remake? Like the Last of Us Part 1 remake? I want a remake of that.
I need Last of Us 1.5, please.
Yeah, VR.
I want the Pedro Pascal skin.
I want the Kingdom Hearts treatment, but with Last of Us.
That would be hilarious. They need to do theater rhythm, but for Last of Us. What was the one? Melody of Memory for Kingdom Hearts? Just like sad as hell music the whole time.
Yeah, and like you're scrounging for ammo on the beat.
Yeah, but it's still the little chibi guys.
I feel like a demake of Returnal could work.
Oh, yeah, I think that could work.
Yeah.
Would it be like a side-scroll Metroidvania or like top-down?
It would have to go Metroidvania, like
2D.
Yeah, but it'd be Contra Metroidvania.
Yeah. Man, that sounds rad, actually.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the question, Art Nidler. With that, we'll move right along into our little interviews so everybody can get to know you a little better, Doughy. I guess we've kind of already in our interview with Mateo, and he was on as a guest, heard the legend of the inception of One Up Podcast, but is there anything special about your history of What Up Pod that you really want to shout out?
Man, the show is like, it means so much to me because it was like the first time I was able to watch myself and then kind of like see myself from a different angle, and it gave me like a new perspective. And I needed it because it kind of gave me a boost in my everyday. I kind of was like able to see myself.
That's interesting. Yeah.
We started out as like a video gaming thing, but the One Up thing kind of took its own moniker, and we're like, it's about like evolving. It's about like bringing yourself up. It's about changing for the better. And I love that we just took something and kind of remixed it. It was like my whole thing with DJing is I took music and I slowed it down and I chopped it up and I added some scratches to it, and it was just a remix of the original thing. So it's kind of like what I've been doing my entire life. And then just being able to hang out with my friends. I've known Mateo since I was 12 years old, 13 years old,
that's
and I
pretty
was
wild.
in
a long time.
I joined a Counter-Strike server. It was wild. All right, this was a
12 years
wild
old.
time on the internet, wild time just in general. And yeah, I've known him ever since, and I know the guys down in Texas. And then Tony and Pucho, I've known since Tony I met in 6th grade, and then Pucho I met in 7th grade. So once again, like I get to chill with my best friends every week, and we get to create content and laugh like little kids, like back when I was in middle school, and it feels good. It's honestly it's hard. It's one of the hardest things because
I know you guys are serious with editing and stuff.
Doing working with your friends and even scheduling, and there's a lot that goes into it, and it's just has tested our friendships.
Well, that's the thing. You're a very no holds barred podcast in that you delve into some serious shit as well as fun stuff as well. But yes, definitely.
It's a good thing. Like it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. We definitely talk like some serious topics, but sometimes when you're talking serious topics with friends, just like in real life, those arguments don't end the second the camera stops rolling.
Yeah.
There's arguments for the a few days afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say then, just in case any listeners didn't listen to our episode with Mateo or have not heard of the One Up Podcast, did you want to give a quick elevator pitch? Kind of like the content you guys produce.
We are a variety podcast. We will give you 3 different topics per week. One of them is going to be topical. We recently found out that there is a sovereign citizen pool of people that hate sovereign citizens, and then people that hate police
I saw
officers.
your clip on that. Yep.
We jumped into that pool. We will give you, a little bit of a piece of life. It's mainly been we started, like I said, we started out with video games, but we kind of morphed into this just um men's health. We'll do men's health, talk about what's our favorite condoms, and it's I would say it's changed, and it's still continuing to change. We do some music reviews.
Oh,
so right now we're pretty much doing a lot and seeing what sticks and what doesn't. So you'll get a nice variety when you're coming to see a one up. You're always gonna get something different, and I think that's really what works for us.
For
if
sure.
you want to get really toxic on some Nas reviews, jump in the comments.
Through our journey, we found these pockets of like fanatics and Nas fans, or like no other people on this earth.
They're out there.
They hate watch. They'll watch your entire video, but criticize and they'll just keep. Oh, when this guy said this, what an idiot! He doesn't know what he's talking about.
These guys are taking notes the entire time they're watching. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got a fantastic fan base.
Yeah.
We got some hate watchers. We got some really fun fans. I mean, Steven might be our number one fan. This dude down here is commenting on every video.
Yeah, so Diva, I kind of want to open the floor to you because I know you're like a huge fan of One Up. Are there any burning questions you have?
Definitely. Because I've watched probably half of your catalog because I came in around the 50th episode or something like that. I definitely want to know about like your history with DJing because I haven't really heard too much about it, and like the whole like sort of idea and like community around CNS or chopping and scratching. Because I don't know much about it.
So chopped and screwed and chopped. Or like the basis of it was a guy named DJ Screw. He took music. He was based out of Houston, Texas. He took music, slowed it down, but like really slow. And then like he would add a lot of scratches on it, and he'd do this thing where he chopped the song, and he kind of invented the chop, and he also invented, you can't invent slowing something down, but he did kind of invent the slowing hip hop songs down, slowing R&B songs down, and like mixing them together and stuff. So off of that, when he passed away in like 2001, it was huge in like the hip hop world. I was already down south in Florida by then, so I felt that wave of like, I was like, okay, so this person died. Started to look into the style of music. My father was a house DJ, so I already saw my dad DJing when I was a kid. And when I did end up getting my first CDJs, the Pioneer CDJs, I was looking for like inspiration on like what to do. I was really scared. I had like these two turntables and I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't know how to mix music. I didn't know how to do anything. So I was super scared, and I latched on to the things that I knew, and I was like, hey, let me try this the screwed and chopped music out, because this felt like a cool way of remixing your favorite music. And that's how I got into that. And that was 2005 or 2006 I started. I started to do little house parties and stuff like that. I made my YouTube page. Several of the videos on there have gotten like over 1 million views.
Oh, nice.
Like, I was doing pretty good. It's all like 10 years ago and stuff like that, but I was getting too many strikes, and I was scared of putting up more music because I was like, man, if I get too many strikes, they're just gonna take me out. So I had to kind of like slow down on that, and then I started my SoundCloud page. And then SoundCloud
first of many.
SoundCloud would delete me, and you can catch me on SoundCloud on DJ Doughy Fresh. You can see all my old stuff on YouTube at DJ Doughy Fresh.
Take a look at the track "Forget."
I thought you could like post mixtapes and stuff on SoundCloud, or do they also have a strike policy and stuff? I didn't know that.
The copyright there's like these farms that like
I just
these
checking
these big what is it? Who are the big ones? Empire. You got all the big names, Sony. You'll see a lot of these people. They'll just have like these places that look for their music and then copyright strike it. Yeah. And you'll get it. Even with the remix, it doesn't matter if you take one song and try to create something else with it. If they're like, there was even this song that I did from Jasmine Sullivan. I loved it so much. It was like an R&B vibey song, and it got hundreds of thousands of views. They deleted my SoundCloud. I tried to put it back up. They would not let me put that song back up, and I was like, I kind of made it popping again, like 5 or 6 years after it came out, and I'm like, it's me. That's why they took it down because of me. I was like,
and again, I don't understand, like, I guess the monetization of SoundCloud. Were you getting like listen cents out of it?
I was getting no money. I've never really made money.
That's so weird that they would strike something that is technically
why do they even care?
A cover. Yeah. You know, if you're chopping and screwing it that much, it becomes almost a cover of the song.
Its own thing. It becomes its own thing.
And you're not making money off it, so it should be.
It's probably because of the potential to make money off of it. That's probably why.
I guess if you're not clearing, because you technically should clear the song. Yeah.
So there's that, but it's never stopped me from DJing. I still DJ to this day. Still put out music.
Awesome.
I'm a big Yeet fan, as Steve likes to, you know some of my eclectic music tastes.
That is definitely eclectic, yeah. What was it? Something about oranges in my village.
She's a bopper.
Well, that's sick, dude. I don't think I've ever met a real DJ. You know, I've met people that like put a playlist on their, iPad and go to weddings or whatever.
They know how to use crossfade.
What do you mean?
They just like go like this and just hitting like play and pause.
We had Matt Storm on his handle, DJ Stormageddon. That was like his actual DJ handle and name that he'd use when he'd go DJ.
Okay. Wow. We apologize, Matt. We'll have to get amongst it.
Yeah, we'll have a DJ debate between Matt and Doughy.
Musical DJ debate.
Yeah,
that'd be cool, especially if he wants to do like vinyl versus CDs and something like that.
Okay,
because that's a huge debate.
Purists versus newcomers. Yeah.
Okay,
I like that.
Very interesting. Very cool.
Are you still doing any of the live streams, Doughy? I know you used to do
recently. Yeah, but I do them sometimes. I like my brain works in two ways. When I'm recording music, I'm really just trying to record a good track. When you add like the live stream element, I'm not used to people watching me while I record, so I get nervous.
Yeah,
it's like when people were viewing the Protons and they act differently when they're viewing them.
Oh my god,
that's just the way it felt. It felt like just because I was online, I was like, why am I not into this like the way I usually am?
Maybe it's because you got to go into a different mindset, because like you're going into your creative mindset instead of your like performance mindset. So
I agree.
So yeah, Mateo and Doughy, do you want to drop some social media info and links for where people can find your content?
Yeah. YouTube, the One Up Podcast, Twitter at the One Up. One Up Pod is on our Twitter, Doughy309 Twitter. Mateo is a twit on Twitter. We got Pucho DR on Twitter, and then Tony Tone 561 on Twitter as well.
And what about your live streams? What were you on Twitch?
I am. You can catch my live streams on YouTube at DJ Doughy Fresh. Also, I mean, sometimes I'll do Facebook. I'll rotate to see where I'll get like the best amount of views. I also have a Twitch TV, Doughy309. As long as you stick to the Doughy309 or Doughy Fresh, or you'll find me on Google. Yeah, you'll find all the places I've been.
All right, very cool. Well, with that, I will turn things over to Jonah for the debate.
All right, welcome back. to the debate. We have a portable debate this evening. One might say even a handheld debate with our friend Doughy versus Steven in the ultimate PS Vita versus Nintendo DS debate, with Doughy representing the PS Vita and Steven representing the DS. We will also have 2 assist trophies, both Mateo and Caden, helping these 2 lads out. We'll start with our 2-minute opener, then we'll go to the 2-minute rebuttal, and then close out with the 2-minute closing thoughts. Doughy, you'll have 30 seconds at any point to call, or you'll get an additional 30 seconds with your assist trophy that you can call on at any point. And as our guest, would you like to open the debate or close it out?
I'll close it out.
Closing it out. All right, Steven. You've got 2 minutes on the clock, my friend.
Whew.
Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, debate.
The DS has Chrono Trigger. Thanks for your vote, Mateo. No, but seriously, man, the DS. Oh my God, what a history of this console. It started out as like we're not 100% sure about it, but man, the games speak for themselves. We're talking about, as I said, Chrono Trigger. We're talking about having some absolutely phenomenal Castlevania games on here. We've got a crazy Metroid game that is in 3D on this 2D system. It's just wild what they did. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, possibly the greatest Pokemon game ever made, with gorgeous sprite visuals, and you obviously having every Pokemon in the whole game follow you was just insane. The sheer variety of adding the stylus to a system and having face buttons, but also having just this new way of controlling a video game was just so unique. So not only did you get puzzle games that just weren't really doable before, like Professor Layton, because you were actually drawing on the screen, but also thinking of the DS Zelda games and being able to draw on your map. And it's something that I just wish more games had. My God, being able to draw on your map in Phantom Hourglass was just absolutely amazing, because you could remember where secrets were. The battery life on the system was phenomenal, and yeah, as I said, the sheer girth of games, just never been seen again.
All right, leaving 10 seconds on the table. What an opener, Steven. Nicely done.
Very nicely done.
I thought it was just going to be a list of games. I'm impressed, honestly.
No, it's a very good opener.
Very nice.
All right, Doughy, we got your opening thoughts. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Got a little bit of stage fright.
It's all good.
The PS Vita. Sony's icon or biggest failure? What is it? The PS Vita has a lot in common with the DS in that it can go back 3 generations. You got the PS1 games, you got Sly Cooper and the Jax games, you got PS2 games on Vita, and you got PSP games. So just like you can go back 3 generations on the DS, you can go back 3 generations on the Vita as well. So, notoriously, big failure for Sony. But I believe if the Vita wasn't there to fail, we wouldn't have got a Switch, we wouldn't have gotten a Steam Deck, we wouldn't have gotten any of the things that you have now. We could almost call our beloved Jesus Christ the PlayStation Vita, okay? He had to fall for everyone to rise. The blood of the Vita is in every handheld till this day, okay? And I cannot wait to prove this to all of you guys, okay? Okay. I give my time, sir.
Ooh, leaving 30 seconds exactly on the table.
Bring it up, JC. This is big swings. Big swings here.
Who knew? The PS Vita stood for Jesus Christ.
What do y'all think you consume for communion in the church?
Battery acid.
Just chomping down on Vita chips. All right.
Oh, man.
Now let's go into the rebuttal phase. Steven, you've got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
So, I do like that you brought up it is a bit of a Wayback Machine. So, I'm just curious, like, you didn't bring up Vita games. Is that because maybe there are no good Vita games? Let's see. But yeah, the other thing I love to do, one of the greatest things about handheld gaming was just obviously being portable. And, you know, like, even from the inception of the Game Boy was, you know, having a battery in some of your cartridges so you could save your games. So, like, I can just, you know, put a SD card into the Vita, and I can just save my games. Oh, no, I can't. I have to buy proprietary Sony save cards, and, like, that's the only way I could do it, and they cost, like, ridiculous amounts of money to save almost no data. Sweet, I like that. What else about the Vita? Yeah, obviously, you said it's backwards compatible to the PSP, so I can just put my UMD in, can I? Just like the DS, how I can just, like, plug my GBA in? No, can't. Oh, right, I have to buy them again. Damn, that's unfortunate. But, you know, that's fine. I don't really have too much barbs that I could throw at it because just like, yeah, John Hamm in Mad Men, I don't think about you at all. So I'm just going to cede the rest of my time and throw it over to pop my assist trophy with Mateo to come in.
All right, 30 seconds exactly. Let's go.
So let's talk about the PlayStation Vita a little bit, because the PlayStation Vita is this console that came out with just potential, right? It was powerful, but it didn't deliver on any of it. If we were rating this on pure potential, the Vita wins. But it had half the catalog of the DS. They didn't make a new Potapon for the PS Vita, and that's a big miss. That's a huge miss. But the best thing I can say about the Vita is that you can just go down and you can find one anytime you want at your local garbage dump.
Ooh,
they're everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right next to ET.
All right. Doughy, you got 2 minutes on the clock for your rebuttal. 3, 2, 1, debate.
The PS Vita in 2023, if you guys have a PS Vita Slim, if there's dozens of us out there, okay? If any of you guys have a PS Vita Slim or the original, it's a little harder with the original one. You can get Vita Homebrew in 10 minutes on there. All you have to do is visit a website and it'll download everything on there and you can jailbreak it immediately. You don't have to attach yourself to any store. And then you can play basically any PS1 game, PS2, Vita, PSP, that you would like. Also, it fixes the proprietary cards, which were trash. I don't know what they were thinking. Garbage. Sorry for cursing. I'm sorry. I knew it was going to happen somewhere. I'm sorry. So I agree. But the PS Vita in 2023, I think, is a better buy because of this. You could stick a 250 gigabyte card in there and then forget about Sony ever screwing us over like that, you know? I think the PS Vita in 2023, you have not so many great PS Vita games, right? I could say I love myself some Katamari, so I could say that's one of my highlights. You got the Mercenaries, you got some Metal Gears on there, you got some Eve's games.
30 seconds.
You got a lot of story games on there. I don't really like them that much, but a lot of people are like hard on for them. And the greatest game of all time, The Binding of Isaac, is there and platinumable. Okay, you can platinum games on your PS Vita, and that was a big one for me. Give me Major Chubs. And I'm gonna ask for my assist over here from Caden.
All right, Caden, You got 30 seconds. Let's go.
All right, let's talk about the ergonomics of the original DS. Chunky, heavy tank. The reason I have carpal tunnel on my right wrist is because I've been jerking off my whole life. But the reason I have carpal tunnel on my left wrist is from holding the freaking DS up with one hand while trying to use the touchpad with the stylus. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, you look at the PS Vita Slim. Oh, just smooth, space age, futuristic, light. Love it.
Oh man, I was not ready for that.
That was a good assist.
That was a very good assist. All right, Steven.
All
right, Steven. You've got 2 minutes on the clock for your closing thoughts. 3, 2, 1, debate.
All right, I really want to deep dive into just a couple games, and one of the best things about the DS is how wild everyone got from, like, you know, Ace Attorney and 999 and all these crazy, amazing games. Not only that, the DS has some of the greatest and most inventive licensed games. And I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z. There are 2 amazing Dragon Ball games on the DS. One being Attack of the Saiyans, which came out really late in the lifetime of it, and it's a party-based, like, Final Fantasy-esque, Chrono Trigger-esque, RPG. Three party members at a time going in, doing combos from the show. Just absolutely phenomenal. You're going through the whole Saiyan arc up to fighting Vegeta, but you could also, as just regular Saiyans, also fight Super Saiyan 2 Broly, as well as like a secret boss fight. It is absolutely impeccable because you get to go around the world, fly around the world, and collect the Dragon Balls as like a side quest. It's just incredible. But then also thinking about the DS and its ergonomics and its stylus, there was Dragon Ball Origins, which follows the first few seasons of Dragon Ball, and it's so dope. It's an action RPG where you're in combat encounters, and say like you're fighting Android 8 in the Red Ribbon Army Saga, and you do the Kamehameha on the touchscreen by pressing a button, and he starts to charge up, and you have to hold the letters to Kamehameha, and you have to press all the buttons, and it builds up, like it keeps going like that. So like if you get the Ka at the highest point, then it's going to be the strongest version of the Kamehameha, and it's just so satisfying. It can't be done on any other system because it's so integral to that stylus, and that is why the DS is so cool, because it utilized its gimmick better than any other gimmick in gaming.
Time. All right, Doughy. All right, Doughy. Yeah. You got 2 minutes. Are you ready, sir? Let's close. I think your mic might be muted.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry. Yes, I'm ready.
You got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
To counter his Dragon Ball Z love, we got 2 different, I think maybe 1 or 2 different Dragon Ball games on the Vita. Come check us out. Also, I want to take you guys on a journey to the past. And I just want to name some of these amazing playable titles on the PlayStation Vita. First of all, Gex, Enter the Gecko, excuse me, greatest game of all time, right? Although there may be some references that are not acceptable in 2023 in that game. We got Intelligent Cube. You ever wanted to get more smart playing a PlayStation game? Intelligent Cube. Okay? Twisted Metal 2, my guys. Okay? Twisted Metal 2. That's all I have to say. Sweet Tooth. Dark Tooth. Axel. Right? Dino Crisis 2. Dino Crisis 2? Have you guys ever played that game? It's amazing. Go check it out. Okay? Suikoden 2. All right? There's a lot of 2s in here. All right? But Suikoden 2 is a good one. We got Silent Hill. Incredible game. Masterfully done. What else do we have here? We have... What are the PSP games? We got Patapon.
30 seconds.
I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna cede my time. I
All
just wanted to take you guys back on a journey.
Excellent. Leaving that 30 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Oh man, this was a fun debate. I like this. We like the handhelds themselves. We went places. And I guess starting off with the votes, we'll go to you, Caden. What's your vote?
I feel a lot of respect for Doughy because he's coming in here with an uphill battle, a martyr. I've never even played the PS Vita. Gotta say, unfortunately, he did not change my opinion. I'm still gonna vote for the DS. It's just hard when it's like you're trying to come up with points for the Vita, and you're like, "We got Patapon, see 30 seconds."
Yeah, but it Final Fantasy X or something.
Exactly, yeah, that would have appealed more to me. But no, it's just one of those things, Like I've never had a Vita, and it doesn't sound particularly exciting to me. But it's just I haven't experienced the magic yet myself. So the jailbreak thing does sound pretty rad. So.
Just real quick, we don't condone jailbreaking any hardware or illegally using emulators on the Great Game Debate. Definitely.
But if you find one that's jailbroken,
yeah, if you happen to find one, I mean, good for you. You get to play all these cool games. But I mean, yeah, piracy is bad.
So anyway,
you wouldn't download a car.
All right, Mateo, we'll move over to you and get your vote.
I would download a car. Oh wait, no.
Oh,
we'll go for the Nintendo DS. I've got to stay true to form. I'm very adamantly a Vita hater on the One Up podcast. Greg Miller has yelled at me for that exact reason. I've got to go with the DS. I can't change form at this point. I'm sorry, Doughy.
Doughy, as much as I loved your rebuttal and just that whole section, you really brought it, and I loved it. You didn't take me back to the time when I had the opportunity to play a Vita. But Steven brought me back to the time when I actually did play a DS. And so my vote's going to be going to him.
But did you ever play a Vita, Jonah?
No.
Okay.
That's why I said the opportunity to play one. It was offered one really time bad. And I was like, nah, I'm okay.
I feel really bad because I've been, like, I loved playing my PS1 games and stuff on my PS3. And then the idea of the Vita being able to do that and playing on PS1 games and PS2 games, I was like, oh man, that's so good. And then I'd look at the price, I go, ooh, it's just a little steep. Whereas like I wholeheartedly, other than I did a 3DS XL for Pokemon Moon or something, I've only bought secondhand DSs and 3DSs and stuff like that because you can just walk into like a pawn shop and they're like $95 or like $60, whatever it is. And it's just like, hell yeah, I'll pick that up. Whereas for some reason, the PSP, even at like resale, just never dropped just like far enough for me to go, yep, instantly buy that, So
honestly, though,
again, I never had that experience.
I feel like not only was it like a very weighed debate, but I feel like I try to go into these debates with the least amount of bias, but I really have no opinion on the Vita either way. Whereas the DS was my childhood.
I mean, the feature set of the Vita it seems awesome. Like it had the PS4 remote play capability, which I'm surprised you didn't go into. Like,
yeah, that totally blanked I blanked there at the end.
Yeah, there's always a heap of that. Like,
or the OLED screen too. That I mean, that was pretty revolutionary at the time because those things, and honestly, that's probably why it costed so much, was because that was Dream Tech.
I feel like you could also bring up like a bully could quite easily just break your freaking DS. Like if you just flip the
it doesn't have case, like everlasting physique like a Nintendo 64 or GameCube. You just snap that thing. Well, I think what has been revealed is what everyone expected. We're all just completely basic, and Doughy is a man of culture that we should all aspire to be.
Facts.
Humanitarian.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
All right,
Nobel
Jono.
Prize winner.
He likes rubbing his fingers on the back of his handhelds.
I do.
Don't you?
Yeah.
All right. With that, that's the end of our debate. But if you would like to vote for this debate, you can go into the Cast Your Votes channel. We will have the vote up the day this releases. And speaking of voting, let's go into last week's debate votes. We had Eli Farmer representing New Game Plus versus Hayden Berthelane representing post-game content.
I haven't looked.
Winning by 2 points.
Ooh.
Was New Game Plus. Congratulations, Eli.
Oh, dang.
Wow, that's
dang.
But yeah, when you bring up like Resident Evil, that is such a good point.
Yeah,
like
it's
he earned the dub. It was an incredible debate.
And
solid episode too.
Oh yeah. And with that, that's the debate. We'll go on into the pitch.
All right, gentlemen, it is now time for the pitch, wherein a few of us panelists will do a 2-minute elevator pitch for a mystery game, and the rest of the panelists will decide if they'll buy the game based on the pitch. I guess I will be first up to the pitcher's mound, if you would like to count me down, Jonah.
Yes, sir. We got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, pitch.
All right, this is this is a modern classic I've been playing. Tell me if this doesn't sound familiar. I'm sure there's already many of you who are fans of this kind of game. You play a cute short character clad in green, a hero that adventures across the land. It's an open world. You have a sword and a shield. You first get a wooden sword and a wooden shield, and you have to find upgraded weapons as you adventure across the open world. There's a climbing system that allows you to literally climb anything in the open world, and it's governed by a stamina mechanic. So you have to think smartly about what points you climb to before your stamina runs out if you want to reach the tippy top. And what better way to fully explore an open world once you climb to the top of the tallest mountain than a paraglider? And you can glide from anywhere to anywhere in the game world once you reach the tallest peak. There are citizens of the game world sprinkled throughout the map that require your assistance with quests. You'll earn rewards. There's even bomb bowling in this game. There's physics-based bomb that you can roll down a hill and explode enemies, shall we say. What else? There is actually a grapple hook-like mechanic in this game with almost like Spider-Man-like mechanics where you can grapple to one spot and swing, jump off your grapple hook, fly through the air, grapple onto another spot, very Spider-Man-like style.
Language.
Yeah, what am I missing here? There is shield surfing, and the shield surfing extends into the Great Sea itself. You can skip like a stone on your shield as you skip over the surface of the ocean at high speed on your shield. It's incredible.
Time. All right.
Now, I've just got one question before we vote, because you went into a lot of the mechanics, which sound phenomenal. I'm just wondering, does this game have any like writing or anything or story at all?
Yeah, the writing, I'd say, is actually probably one of the highlights of the game. It's a very heartfelt, relatable story with great characterization of all the NPCs that just have like absolutely hilarious writing. And yeah, I mean, the writing is great. So in addition to just the raw gameplay being fun as hell, you're also getting a great story.
Yeah,
very nice.
Are there any things that you can do in this game besides like the main story or the main like bulk of it? Is there like a card game inside of it?
There are not mini games per se, but there are side objectives that are optional. for example, there's a character that when you find them will allow you to purchase a magical item that increases your stamina meter. And when you find them, they like disappear in a puff of smoke, and it's like hide and seek. You have to find like places where they're hidden on the map, and then you can keep buying items that give you more and more stamina, so you can climb for longer, stuff like that.
So you said there was I know we aren't supposed to really ask questions, but you said there's you said there was a sword and shield. What's the combat like in this game? What are you fighting?
So your character kind of wobbles left to right like they have two peg legs. And they kind of swing their sword left and right wildly, kind of like the animation of Link in Skyward Sword when you're using the motion control. And the enemies are literally just pieces of cardboard with drawings on them and marker and crayon and paint. And you just peg leg into these things swinging wildly and they just explode. So, that's basically it.
Okay.
You can also ragdoll into them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Dedicated ragdoll button in this game.
Very nice. I actually really like that mechanic. All right, I'm in.
Cool.
I think I'm also in. It sounds like a feel-good game. I've been playing a lot of like Dying Light 2 lately, and I just need something that's a little bit lighter and isn't going to make me feel like the world is a mess.
Yeah. I was so in that I told Caden to get in on this game.
Yes. Yeah. What do you think, Doughy?
Jumping off top of tall things, definitely I'm in. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This game, as you might have guessed, is called, or maybe not. I don't know how much like really this game's below. It's called Lil Gator Game. It came out towards the end of last year, and kind of was swept under the rug of GOTY discussions because it came out so late. But dang man, this game is great.
Just retroactively bought the game, so I already own it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's available on everything. It's like $20. It'll go on sale. You can
PC and Switch at the moment, I think.
Oh, okay, my bad. And it's one of those games that, depending on how much you want to complete, if you go for the 100%, like you're gonna spend like 3 to 5 hours in the game. It's very Zelda Wind Waker inspired, but with Breath of the Wild open world mechanics. But it's condensed. It's jolly. There's no stress. The movement is just super fun. Like, you're just gonna have a good time, de-stress between Dead Space Remake and Resident Evil 4 Remake. And
the writing is just so funny. The writing is top tier. Like, I'll give one quest away, because like you just come up to random NPCs and they're all in. We didn't go over it, but like you're going around this world and playing. You're LARPing, and everyone's in on it. Well, almost everyone is in on the game, and you'll just find someone like, "Oh, do you have a quest for me?" He's like, "Oh yeah, quest. Oh, I've got a pencil," and then he just drops it on the ground and goes, "Can you pick up the pencil for me?" And it's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh no, my hands are slipping." Ah! And he just throws them like further away.
It's incredible. It really is.
Yeah, and that's one microcosm.
It's incredible art direction. It's that timeless style, kind of like, it's very similar to like Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, but has like a rougher, more like pixel aesthetic almost. And all of the characters in the game are like anthropomorphized animals. Like the main character is an alligator, the magic bracelet salesman's a monkey. Like, it's just super charming.
Yeah, it retroactively makes it into my top 5 of 2022.
Yeah, I think so.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
All right, well,
cool.
Let's move on to our next pitch, which I believe be our man Mateo.
Ooh.
You got 2 minutes on the clock, my friend. 3, 2, 1, pitch.
So, unlike Caden's game, my game is pure minigame. It is all minigame. You want some like couch co-op type experience? Ooh. It supports that. You want to play with your buddies online and have that couch co-op experience? You can do that. It's a game for just turning your brain off. And sometimes we need those. Sometimes we just need a little like break from like the chaos of every day. So in this game, there's basically 2 things you can do. You can move and you can jump. And that's pretty much it. And it is just a 4-person chaotic mini game situation. There's so many mini games in this game that I haven't even unlocked all of them yet. But they're all based on this premise of you have to move, you have to tag other people, you have to avoid things. Some combination of those. It's got customization. There's so many skins that you can unlock for your characters. I just turned into a little devil recently. That's a skin I unlocked. A buddy of mine is like this cool like wolf dog with like a backwards like baseball cap.
Oh hell yeah!
It's goofy. It's a super goofy game. On top of that, there's the normal mini game chaos that you're going through, right? It's also got this system built in though, where every few rounds of the game, there's a little spinny dial that goes around. It chooses someone. They choose a new mutator, and the mutators really up the chaos in this game. There's one that turns all the lights off, and all you can see is a tiny little circle around your character. There's there's one that it disables your ability to jump, and it ties your jump to the other players. So every time that one certain other player changes directions as far as where they're moving, your character jumps, which makes some of the mini games borderline impossible. That's part of the fun. You gotta have an equalizer. It's cheap. They sell it in 4-packs. You can get all your buddies the game together. It has become my latest obsession for my social gaming group.
Wow. This game
sounds
fun as hell.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, definitely. I love Mario Party style games. I guess there's 2 questions inherent in that. Visuals or like aesthetic, and also can you play against CPUs if you don't have your buddies with you?
Visuals, it's not like pixel art, but it's definitely like just side-scrolly platformer
2D,
style.
2D, yep, okay.
Yeah, 2D. And yes, you can just do a full. You can play by yourself if you wanted to. I guess you could just do full AI, but the AI is really good at some of the maps and some of the mini games.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think I even have any idea what this game is, so I'm surprised to hear of it because it sounds just super fun. It gives me like WarioWare type vibes. Yeah, I think I'm in, especially if you can buy a 4-pack to give to your friends. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the idea, and especially like it could be a good if everyone had it downloaded on the GG server and stuff. We could just jump into it for a quick game. Hell yeah,
it'd be so good for that. You can do this super short rounds.
Doughy, how are you feeling, man?
I'm super in. I love video games. I love Fusion Frenzy on the Xbox, stuff like that. I love mini games. Yeah, I'm in. I'm super in.
Heck yeah. All right, Mateo, what is this game?
The game is called Move or Die, and actually, like, I didn't want to talk about one of the other mechanics in the game because it kind of gives away the game a little bit. So the way it works is you have a health bar, and if you don't, every time you're not moving, your health bar just decreases.
Oh, really?
You have to keep moving the entire time, which makes the game even more like chaotic because you're just dodging blocks that are falling from the ceiling, but the stage is getting smaller and smaller as they lock in place. You're just running back and forth so you don't die. Sometimes they just turn into a race to see who runs out of space to move first without losing all their health.
That sounds so
And
fun.
if you touch your friends, they also die? Is it there's different rules every minigame or
different rules on minigames? Like they have one that's like bomb tags. You're bouncing around the stage trying to like tag your buddy, and they have a bomb on their chest that's gonna explode. There's a Tetris one where blocks fall from the ceiling. There's this God laser one I just unlocked where everyone gets a turn with this laser that's kind of like moving around the stage.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know how I never found this game before because it's kind of like a lot of the things that I enjoy. But we've been putting some serious time into it.
You said it was cheap. How much does it usually go for just one copy of it?
For a single copy, I'm not sure because I bought a 4-pack of it for $10, but it is on sale right now.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. On Steam, it looks like $15, but $40 for the 4-pack. But that's not on sale. And then this game says it came out in 2016. Where's this hidden gem been hiding this whole time?
On Steam, I guess.
Yeah. And are you playing just on Steam with your mates or PlayStation, or is it cross-play or anything like that? Or
I did not research. I only know about it through Steam. Since I'm primarily a PC gamer.
Cool.
An elite.
Very cool.
PC Master Race.
I got my RGB going. I got the whole thing, dude.
Yeah. All right, Jenna, you want to invite Doughy up to the Pitcher's Mound? No, wait, not Doughy.
Steven. Steven, you got... Doughy's like, I don't have a game! Steven, you've got 2 minutes on the clock, man. 3, 2, 1, pitch.
So this is quite possibly an all-timer, like in anyone's list. It should be in your top 100. this game has some of the greatest level design in a video game. This is what you would call a 3D action adventure game, sometimes referred to as a Metroidvania game or a 3D Metroidvania, where you are going around and fighting crazy enemies and bosses, learning about the world you're in, and getting more powerful weapons as you go and more traversal options. And this is a game that is now 21 years old, I'm pretty sure. And it feels like it could have come out this year. Because it did come out this year. And it just feels so good to play. And to return to for returning people. I was concerned about what the boiler talk about it would be from newcomers, and it has been overwhelmingly positive, which has just reinforced my memories and my own nostalgia for this game. But yeah, if you like shooting things, if you like discovering crazy cool secrets and
30 seconds,
hidden objectives and stuff, then this is the game for you. If you like really inventive gameplay and bosses that have that Zelda style of weak points and finding out like how to best cheese the boss, like this game is for you. If you like a game that ramps up in difficulty and really asks something of you by the end, this is the game for you. Check it out. And it's not full price, which is pretty rare from the place called Nintendo.
Well, with that last drop, I think we can all guess what this game is. But I'd like to eventually be in on this game. I'm not right now just because my just budget and stuff. And I'm saving up for Tears of the Kingdom and Resident Evil 4 and stuff. And my lighting is wigging out on my camera. So I look green for some reason.
Cool to me, dude.
I feel like I'm in a rave right now.
Yeah, dude. Hard down.
But yeah, I'll eventually be in, just not right now. I've never played this game. I've been around this game a lot. I've had a lot of friends who have played this game, and like just listening to so many people talk about this game has really gotten me excited for it. So eventually I will check it out, just not right now.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I am maybe in on this. Here's my problem. I've actually never played a single Metroid game. So is this the best entry point to the series for me, or do I need to go more old school first and then come back to this one?
It's hard. I choose either game on the Switch, and you're having like a nearly 10 out of 10 time. The difference between the 2D Metroid Dread and the game, obviously revealing it, Metroid Prime Remastered, is that Metroid Dread is so fast paced. It is just like, it is a wet dream of movement options in a Metroidvania. So in some ways I'd say that, but damn, it's a hard game. I even thought I wasn't going to beat it, and I said to Jonah, I don't even know if I can come to Game Club because I just can't beat this final boss. He's like, oh, just keep trying, dude. And I had to chuck it on the TV because I always play handheld, and I'm like, no, I just need proper control. I need the Switch Pro controller to beat this final boss, and I finally did it. It was just like elation. And then I ended up beating it on my son's Switch Lite with like the worst possible control scheme to beat it. And like, but yeah, so Dread is amazing, but so hard. But Metroid Prime is amazing, but it's just that smidgen slower. But it's still fast, like compared to like Halo Combat Evolved, which is so slow when you try and play it these days. It's not that slow, and you've got speed options and double jumps and all this good stuff. It's a great entry point.
Yeah, I would say that's not even the point, in Metroid Prime. It's more of like the feeling of like unraveling a puzzle box layer by layer. It's not about going fast.
And
I think
the aesthetics are top tier.
Yeah, I think if you're more looking for speed and action, go Dread. But if you're looking for that experience of unraveling a puzzle and the vibes and atmosphere, I'd go Prime. Has like one of the best atmospheres of like any game ever. Definitely. Like the soundtrack is incredible.
Knowing that you're a Symphony of the Night lover, I'd say even though Metroid Dread's 2D, Prime has more vibes like Symphony of the Night than Dread does.
Okay, yeah, I'm sold. I need to pick that one up here soon.
Cool. I think we haven't heard from Doughy yet. What are your feelings on Metroid Prime?
I'm super sold. I love that game. Super
nostalgia. Oh hell yeah! Okay.
Vibes with the GameCube.
You already know.
Yeah, we need more GameCube games.
Yeah.
Have you picked it? Have you picked it up yet, Doughy? That seems like one you would have picked up like day of.
No. But I definitely have played it and I've loved it, and I seen what the remaster looks like, and I'm very excited.
Yeah. Probably best
one of
game on the Switch.
Few games on the Switch that you can play at 60 frames.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a solid 60 frames too. It's like locked in.
Yeah, it doesn't look
right.
Yeah. No, it looks
That's
really
nice.
good. Yeah, I think this game has been #1 on the eShop since it came out. It still is, I think, and it's just really great to see that appreciation, even from people who've never played it before. And it's just like Metroid is back. Let's go.
Yeah, because obviously it's critically lauded. The whole series has always been pretty critically lauded, but it's like your Castlevanias, where it's like it's still a niche audience of buyers. And so when we're like, why isn't there just more and more and more of this stuff? It's because like we only sell like 1 million or 2 million copies kind of thing. So hopefully this gives them that little boost to keep doing more.
Yep. Yeah. All right, and that's the pitch, and we'll move right along into the game.
All right, lads, it's time for the game, and so bringing back another one of our classics, which is video game 20 questions with our GGG little tilt on it, which is to say it's quick fire on the first 7 questions, then we can stop, discuss, then go again for another 7, stop and discuss for a minute, and then finally, when we get to that final 21st question, then we can guess the game. So before we go any further, just want to go over that, and you're all on the same team, so let's get amongst it. So I'm just going to go based on my screen, so it might not be based on the screen that you're seeing the capture on. So first to the table is going to actually be Doughy. So what is your first question for this video game?
Is the protagonist male, female, or alien?
They've got to be yes or no questions.
Oh. Ooh.
Practice round.
How would I frame that one? Does it have does the character have breasts?
This is a tricky one. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Traditionally, no.
Huh. That's so confusing.
I'll say no then.
This seems like
doesn't mean I'm not always an expert on the game. Jonah,
is this an action game?
Yes, in the massive umbrella of action, yes. Mateo,
is it an exclusive?
No.
Okay. Was this game developed by a Japanese development studio?
No. Doughy, back to you.
Is this game current gen or past? Oh, that's not an yes or no question.
You can ask.
You can just say, is it current gen?
Current gen.
Is it current gen?
No.
Okay.
Is this an RPG?
No.
Is it on PlayStation?
Yes. That's 7 questions. Got a minute. I'll just bring up my little clock to discuss. Starting now.
It's not Japanese. It's not an RPG.
It's an action game.
It is an action game.
Not a female protagonist.
Yes. I feel like we don't have enough information to really even make any kind of guess, but we do know that it's not exclusive. It was not developed by a Japanese studio, so it's most likely a Western studio, so that might help. It's not current gen. Can narrow down the action. Maybe try to find a developer or a generation.
And just as the sidebar is, as I said, umbrella action.
Yeah, we need to narrow that genre.
By saying not RPG, does that mean it's not an action RPG?
I mean, yes.
I mean, is Diablo an RPG?
Yeah.
Yes, but it's even have said. Okay.
All right, get back amongst it.
Caden, it's
who was
you.
our last person?
It's Caden.
Caden.
Me.
All right.
Okay. Is this from the? Did this game release in the PS3, Xbox 360 gen?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it did.
Nice.
Are there guns in the game?
Yes, indeed.
Is this a spooky game?
No.
Is there a climbing mechanic?
Oh, I'm gonna say no, but if it turns out I'm wrong, we'll discuss it. I'm gonna say no.
Shoot. Guns. Would you say this is a open world game?
Man, that is a tricky one. I would say no.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not completely fully connected.
Then, no, it's not fully connected. No, so no.
Yeah.
Are there driving sections?
Yes.
Okay. That helps.
Is it
driving?
Like, do you play as a set protagonist?
No.
Okay. So it's probably character creation.
Is your character a criminal?
I want to say something, but we'll say no.
But you probably can become a criminal.
Yeah, possibly, I guess. But no. I'm just gonna say blanket no, unless you have different views about what the game is. So that's another 7. We'll get amongst another minute.
Hayden, it feels like you kind of have an idea as to what this is. I'm kind of lost.
Not solid, but we're narrowing in. So we know there's character creation, there's driving, and there's guns. It's probably a real-time action game, Western developed, PS3, Xbox 360 generation. Not an open world, so either open zones, connected, or just mission or level based. Is ringing any bells with anyone? Driving, guns, character creation, Western.
I keep going to like Grand Theft Auto, but that's like
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? I've got to give this hint away because it would be in the action category at the Game Awards. Doesn't mean you would think of it as an action game.
So
that doesn't help.
Maybe like
that makes it more muddy. I keep bouncing over to like Grand Theft Auto or like Sleeping Dogs or Saints Row or
Sleeping Dogs.
Okay, can we just take out action and just think
Red
about
Faction is a good call.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Can I take out the action comment and you just think about guns and driving?
Guns and driving. It's on all platforms.
We'll get amongst it. Oh, it's not exclusive, is the thing.
Right. God.
Ready, Caden?
No, it's is it Caden?
More confused than when I started.
I thought it rolled back around to Mateo.
Mateo asked. Did you ask the criminal question, Mateo?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's back around to Caden. I don't know. My maths is probably terrible, so I'm sorry to everyone who's watching.
Oh God, I can't think of a question. Would you say this game is set in modern day?
Yes.
That helps.
Are there horses in the game?
No.
Is there character selection in this game?
In a sense, I would say.
Oh God.
Yes. Like.
Okay.
Man.
So there's probably not character creation.
You just gotta say yes or no, Steven. You just gotta say yes or no.
I'll say yes, and you can fight me on it if you reckon it's a no afterwards. But yes, I'll say yes.
Okay. Got 2 more. Mateo.
Are we still sitting on 2? I thought I was out of questions.
No.
Damn.
It's tough.
It's real tough. I don't know that I have anything. Are there mini games?
Are there mini games?
Or game modes?
There are modes. So I'll say modes is a yes. Mini games, no.
All right, we got a freebie there.
Got a freebie.
Modes.
This is the last question.
Guns.
Commonly recurring numbers is what I meant.
God. I'd like definitely going over my 10 seconds allotment here. I'm just trying to think of a really good question. Was this game, does this game have, is the structure of this game like missions or levels?
That's not a yes or no question.
Is the structure of this game like discrete missions?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't know why that's not like cut and dry.
Because the whole slant was not for what you're asking. I'm thinking about something different, and that's the last one, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, this is this was handpicked to pander to Doughy. All right, so Doughy needs to use his. Caden's gonna go over the what questions, and then Doughy, you got to think about a game that was pandered to you.
Okay.
You got your minute. Go.
Here we go, Doughy. It's not an exclusive. It came out on the PS3 and 360 generation. It is not an RPG. It was developed by not a Japanese studio, so probably a Western studio. There are guns in it. It's not open world. There's driving. There's character creation / character selection. You don't play as a criminal. It takes place in modern day. There's no horses. There's modes and there's missions / levels maybe. Guns,
so
driving,
that
missions,
immediately
levels.
made me think of like Borderlands, but he said not an RPG, so
Yeah. Doughy's the chosen one because I don't think any of the rest of us have nothing.
I have zero idea.
Because I was gonna say like Metal Gear 4 or something. I was gonna
but that's not character
or like
selection.
Mass Effect or like something like that.
I was gonna say at Metal Gear 4, you get a partial credit.
What?
Interesting.
And I'll tell you why. Obviously, once you guess.
Oh God, I think I know what it is, but it's because Steven kind of gave it away.
You gotta guess. Time's up.
Dead Space.
I didn't even want to hear my guess.
Is it all right? Let's hear Caden's guess first.
Modern day.
I'm sorry.
Is that modern? Oh God.
Is it a Metal Gear? Like Metal Gear Portable?
It is not. And Caden's internet is dying because of that terrible answer. You guys, like, I should have prefaced it, but you got to remember, I'm gonna pander to the audience. It was Battlefield 4.
Oh! Yeah, I never would have gotten that.
Oh!
That was a good one.
Wait, when you asked driving, and I'm like, driving, stop thinking about action. You kept on thinking about action. It's like, it's got to be like DMC or something like that. Like, no.
I think that action question, we felt it the entire way through. That just threw
100% reverberated. That's why I'm like, at the Game Awards, they put it in the action category because they don't have an FPS category.
It's so not a game that I would have expected you to pick for like this kind of game. So first-person shooters were so far off.
And you kept on asking me about the single player. I'm like, I have no idea. I know the multiplayer side of Battlefield 4.
The single. A lot of people talk crap about the single player on Battlefield 4. That has a super fun single player.
But climbing mechanics. I don't know. I'm guessing there's probably a mantle. There's not. It was before mantling was a big thing. Brink hadn't come out yet. Brink was the...
Brink, oh my
Mantling
God.
came in
Brink
5?
Just over in its grave.
Right? Battlefield 5 was when mantling came in? Because I don't think they had it in Battlefield 1.
I thought Battlefield 1 did, but I don't put a lot of time in the Battlefield 1.
You know, like climbing up over ledges and stuff.
Oh, you could definitely do that Battlefield 5.
Damn, well, that wouldn't have helped you at all if I had said yes to climbing.
No, it wouldn't.
If you had said, can I go up massive skyscrapers and blow them up. But yeah, you can actually.
No, that was a great pick, Steve. It feels good when you stump someone on something obvious on 20 questions. Like if you're thinking of like an apple and no one can figure out apple, that was pretty good.
Is it a cereal? It's like,
yeah.
Well, if you want it to make it into
one, you can put it in milk.
That we learned. Yeah. So just the key for next time is we totally botched narrowing down the genre. So let's keep that in mind for next time. But yeah, cool. Well, thanks for preparing the game, Steven. It's always a pleasure. My favorite part of the show. And with that, congratulations, everybody. You pat yourselves on the back. We made it to the end of the show. Yay! So we'll just go around real quick and have our final thoughts, or you can say anything that's on your mind, plug anything you want to plug. I'll just pass it off to Jonah real quick, just in case he has any housekeeping going on. Nothing I know of, but
I know that I kind of brought it up in the last episode, but we had technical issues going out. So that last day of the sale got missed, but I believe through the 23rd, or it's either the 23rd through the 28th or the 25th through the 28th on Redbubble, they're having an anniversary sale. So if you'd like to get 20% off some GGD merch, everything on the GGD Redbubble store is 20% off during those dates. There's that. We're not necessarily looking for more money. I just really like seeing people wearing our awesome logo that was designed by Hunter Pearson.
Shout out.
It's a little early in the year for this announcement, but I know myself will be going up to PAX West
Very cool.
September, August, whenever PAX West happens, and so we'll be doing a get together, and I know there's going to be quite a few people from the community going out there, and we're all going to meet up at PAX West and play some games, hang out, and all that jazz. I know there's a lot of people in the community itching for another game club. We are working on trying to get that scheduled so we can start doing game clubs again. I know a lot of people in the community really, really want it. So we are working to get some games starting up. I think we might do one for RE4 when Resident Evil comes out.
So everybody's going to be playing it.
So I believe that might be the next one. We might be able to get a smaller game in right before that, but I'm pretty sure we will be doing an RE4 game club when it does release.
Cool. Thank you, Jonah. And as our guest, Doughy, final thoughts? Anything that's on your mind or anything you'd like to plug?
No, I really want to thank you guys for having me here.
Yeah,
I really
dude.
appreciate the great game debate culture, this little family you've got growing here. Your Discord seems to be just live and active, and I got to give you guys your props and your flowers. You guys are doing your thing over here. Like I'd love to be a part of the future episodes and stuff. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
Seems like we got a lot of return debate ideas for you. So it'll probably happen.
For sure. Come on over to the One Up Discord anytime. Chat with us. I'll do the same. I'll be on here now, and come over to the YouTube page and check us out. And give us a shot. If our content's for you, it's good. And if it isn't, it's okay too.
Leave your angry reviews about Nas on there.
So, Mateo, it's your first final thoughts as a full and recurring member of the Great Game Debate Podcast. What do you got?
All I can think about right now is that I'm going to get off this recording here. I'm going to make some food, and I'm going to go and watch that new Last of Us episode because that show is just living in my brain. I forgot that was coming out today. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I need to see. I know where it's going, but they're twisting the show up just enough. I can't recommend that show enough. If you haven't gotten on that, I would be so surprised if you found this podcast. If you haven't started watching the show yet, but just on the off chance, go check it out. That's all I got to plug. I don't got anything else.
Yeah, Last of Us. Let's go. Steven, final thoughts.
Just for any of the American viewers, if you're a bit worried about paying the $40 for Metro Prime Remastered, head over to Walmart. They currently got 11 cents off for Metro Prime Remastered.
What a steal!
Save that.
That's 11 cents of gas, man. All right. Well, I've been your host, Katie Berthelini. My final thoughts are, dang, just shout out to this show I've been watching on Netflix called Kingdom. It's like a Korean, like feudal Korea zombie show. And it's kind of different because the culture's so different. And most zombie shows or games take place like, in the aftermath of like, when the pandemic hits and then spreads. But this show takes place like you follow it from like patient zero, and as the characters are trying to understand what's going on and like stop it before it spreads. And it's just really good.
That's
finished
cool.
season 1 and 2, and it's awesome. Check it out. But yeah,
I've done 2 episodes of it, and it is phenomenal. It is so
let's
good.
Go. Let's go. But yeah, Great Game Debate podcast. Thanks everyone. Happy gaming. Bye.
Bye.
As always, a big thank you to our friend Misdriven for the music in our podcast. If you like what you hear and you want to check out more of what they have, you can pay them a visit on Twitter at MIST_RIVEN 719 or on Bandcamp at Misdriven. Thanks again for tuning in. Till next time.